Hi, boys and girls is one of my favorite times, and we are going to read Down to the Sea with Mr. McGee, but we're going to change Mr. McGee to Mr. McD like we did last time. This is by Chris Van Duzen. All right, Down to the Sea with Mr. McD. Mr. McD and his little dog Guy love spending time in their boat on the sea. So early one morning at 6:32, they made a decision that's what they would do. Oliver and I don't have a boat. We have the best way to have a boat. We have lots of friends with boats. Right after breakfast, McD packed a lunch, sandwiches, carrots, and thermoses of punch, a big box of raisins, some sweet pickled beets, chocolate chip cookies, and crunchy dog treats. With plans for the day and enough lunch for 3, they hopped in the car and drove down to the sea. The pair left the dock at 7 o'clock and motored their way around the Eagle Egg Rock. They passed by the lighthouse and by the old wreck, with McD at the wheel and Guy on the deck. They suddenly spied off the bow to the east a big pod of whales. There were 50 at least, splashing about in the bright morning sun, feasting on shrimp and sardines by the ton. But one little whale, who had eaten his full, munching on minnows and plankton and krill, was bored with his breakfast, and since he was through, he swam off in search of something to do. Uh-oh. They're always having catastrophes with animals. Now, Guy and McD in their boat on the bay didn't notice the whale that was heading their way. They were watching the other whales put on a show, and soon that young whale was directly below. Oh my goodness. From under the sea, the little whale spied McD and Guy's boat, but not them inside. He longed for adventure. He wanted to play, so he bumped at the boat in a most friendly way. Then the whale placed his blowhole directly below, and ever so gently he started to blow. That's a baby whale. Oh my goodness. McD saw the bubbles, he felt the boat sway, then up went the boat on a fountain of spray. Higher and higher the little boat flew, as harder and harder that little whale blew. Then the whale blew a blast as hard as he could, much harder in fact than a little whale should, and that final blast blew the boat up in the sky, 50, first 30, then 40, then 50 feet high. Oh my goodness, 50 feet high is pretty high. The boat kept on rising, but it didn't stop there. Wind hit it hard and it flew through the air. Guy and McD sailed over the sea when all of a sudden they got stuck in a tree. So there they were, stranded, McD and his pup, in the top of a spruce, 60-something feet up. Oh goodness, now they're even higher. Some new books so the pages together. From their perch in the sky, the two watched in dismay as the whale far below swam swiftly away. McD was downhearted. Just what could he do? They seemed hopelessly stuck, but little Guy knew. The secret to get the boat safely unpinned was to rock back and forth and wait for the wind. So they rocked and they rocked for an hour or so, but the little boat didn't budge because the wind didn't blow. Just when they thought they'd be stuck there all night, they spotted far off a spectacular sight. Away in the distance across the blue bay, the whales, all 50, were heading their way. They swam through the water in one long straight row and gathered around the small island below. McD looked down at the circle of whales surrounding the island and raising their tails. He felt a bit nervous, a little bit tense, when all of a sudden it made perfect sense. "They're trying to save us," he shouted with glee. "Hold on, Guy, hold on, as tight as can be." Oh, is that nice? They're going to try to help. Their tails slapped down with a thunderous crash, which in turn created a super high splash that covered the high island and raced up the tree and dislodged the boat and set them both free. Whoosh. Guy was so happy she let out a yelp. McD tipped his hat to the whales for their help. "Thank you, my friends, for saving the day." Then they all waved goodbye and the whales swam away. On the way home, little Guy had a thought. What about all the food they had brought? In all the excitement, they ate not a bite. So they saved it and had it for dinner that night. Those are such cute books. I wonder if they make more. I'll have to look. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.